Today, I'm thrilled to have a conversation exploring educational opportunities. With the significant portion of the population under the age of 25 in the country, the challenge of providing meaningful employment opportunities becomes very critical. The scholarship program in India is an Indian-based organization that is called Global Arcus. In this interview, we'll dive into various factors about the scholarships, learning more about the eligible criteria, the application process, and how these programs are impacting the students in South Sudan. So in this conversation, I am thrilled to have a conversation with the founder of the Global Arcus, Mr. Shakar Sakin. Should I call you that?
You pronounced it better than many other Africans pronounce it, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Oxygen TV.
Thank you.
Now,
thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. To start off our conversation, I would definitely love to know more about the Global Arcus organization. We know that it is based in India, but definitely I would personally love to know who you are and what the organization does.
Well, thanks for the compliment. You started saying that it's best in India.
Yes.
Well, that's best is something that student testimonials will tell you that how good we are. That's the student's perspective.
Okay.
For me, I'm the CEO and founder of Global Arcus, and we consider it the world's one of the largest consulting agency, providing partial scholarship to mainly to African students who want to come to India. And through our consulting agency, largest number of African students are getting benefit for obviously for partial scholarship and then come and study in India.
So when did you establish
it's
the
a decade.
organization here in South Sudan?
It's a decade. It's a decade-long organizations.
Okay. Especially in South Sudan.
South Sudan, we started in 2019-20. So in South Sudan, it's say like 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
And how many students have you enrolled so far?
See, in 2022, I can give you the precise data so that your viewer can understand.
Yeah.
And 2022, the total number was 182. 2023, we came up with some around 191 admissions from South Sudan. This year, we have crossed 200. I mean, people at South Sudan on ground, people are saying that economy is not doing well. On contrary, I'm saying no. Forget this economy. Forget what people know is finance are telling. What I know is more than 200 students have already taken admissions, and more than 100 has already arrived in India as of now.
Okay, thank you so much. Help me dive into more information about the scholarships and how students can be able to apply for these scholarships, and what is the criteria for these scholarships to be given?
Good. Number one, application process. So application process is very, very simple. It's transparent and very student-friendly kind of, you may say. So we have a website called www.globalarcus.com. Later on, what you can do is that just suggesting that if you can just type the website and run on your channel, so that will be easier for the students to get things from there. So what I mean to say that it's very simple process. They can apply on the website. Once they are applying on the website, we have a counselor team back in India, hundreds of employees working for Global Arcus. Those employees connect these students who are applying for partial scholarship. The mandatory criteria is that they will have to write a scholarship test, which is by any mean is not easy. It's a bit tough. Once a student passes that scholarship test, then only they will be awarded a scholarship.
Okay. And when do the scholarships come? In what particular month of the year, or how many times do you?
Generally, in India, we have one academic calendar. So we have one intake. If I say the word which I can use is one intake. And admission starts from January, it goes till 30th September, and classes mainly start with from September, October. So it's one cycle.
It's one cycle.
It's
so
one
once
cycle,
a year.
once a year. In
definitely,
India.
definitely. I definitely love that.
So we are going to close admissions scholarship on 30th September for this academic session, 2024. And then if anyone wants to apply after that, they will have to apply for 2025 session.
Okay, so now more about the scholarships. Students might be sitting back there and they're thinking about it could be expensive, how much are they paying for? So is it a fully funded scholarships, or how do you offer your scholarships to the students?
Let me explain you the whole scholarship in a very simple language.
Thank you.
Every student who is passing the scholarship test, I know you might ask later on, so I'm replying as of now. So I'll cut short your questions.
Yes.
We have around 3,000 courses, and we are not pushing students to pick one course. So what they can do is they can pick any courses among all these 3,000 courses which is available under partial scholarship. So once they pick a course, what they need to do is we work with many universities. Global Arcus is not a university, so viewer who are listening to me have a clarity. We work with many, but all the universities that we are working with in India are top rated universities. Below average university, we are not taking them to India to study in a below average or average universities. India is generally having all good universities. We are very good at academics. So what I mean to say is whosoever is passing the scholarship test and getting admission in Indian universities, they are getting 100% scholarship on accommodation, 100% accommodation on feeding, food, and in Indian university, the hostels are having 4 times meal.
Wow.
So they are getting morning breakfast, they are getting lunch, then evening snacks and dinner, obviously. So 4 times meal. These all 4 times meal are free under the scholarship. Accommodation is free, they are staying in a hostel. And there are many other things that they need not to pay, like you say extracurricular activities fees or examination fees or maybe gym fees. They are not paying all these fees for that. Whatever the tuition fees is that the student has to pay, and that's why I call it not a fully funded scholarship, it's a partial scholarship. Student has to pay tuition fees. Now here is also one more point. The student has to pay only 50% of the tuition fees.
Wow.
And the remaining 50% is paid by Global Arcus.
Beautiful.
So even in the tuition fees, the 100% scholarship on accommodation, 100% scholarship on food, and many added things like maybe you can say lab fees or club fees or gym fees or examination fees. They are getting 100% scholarship on all these fees. Come tuition fees, that is what the part of the payment which a student has to pay. Even in the tuition fees, Global Arcus pays half of that fees, 50%. So only remaining 50% has to be paid by the students. Now, oh, you are taking my interview, so I should not ask you the question, but the question is,
yes.
What do you think that how much money they will have to pay after this scholarship? Any guesses like? And we must talk in USD. If you talk in SSP, that will be a lot of amount.
Yes. So for the students to be able to pay for university here,
yeah,
it depends on the university.
So how much do you think that after all these scholarships, Global Arcus student, how much do you think they will have to pay?
Around $500, $600.
Yes, somewhere around that. Our fees is around $900 per semester.
Fair.
$900 per semester. That is the only fees that they will have to pay. $900 per semester. Every year is it's a bi-semester in India, so 2 semesters are there. $900 per semester that they are paying. That includes everything. So I mean to say either it's a tuition fees or accommodation and hostel, everything is included into that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love how the organization is giving students accommodation, food, and all these other offers. You know, most of the times we are rushing to go for opportunities around the world. Others want to go to Turkey, others want to go to the US, and the opportunities sometimes are limited, especially in a country like South Sudan. As you know, it's a very young country. We just gained our independence a few years ago. We don't have much opportunities when it comes to education in the country because the universities are very limited. So you find that most of the times the students are going outside to study, and it's very wonderful that we have the global Arcus in the country that can be able to provide not only have funded scholarships, but also give an opportunity to other students to study in a safe environment. So I'm very, very happy that Arcus is in the country. Now, the next,
and then also the question before that, you said that they have the options of going to Turkey and United States.
Yes.
So Turkey is having around 3,200 institutes. India is having 45,000 affiliated institutes by government of India.
Wow.
So you can compare.
Yes.
With all respect
The
to Turkey,
numbers
Turkey is doing very well in terms of academics. But then you can compare, even in the terms of United States of America, they have less than 100 universities, that government university or public university. We have more than 700 universities.
Oh, wow.
So our academic system is not only huge, it's a quality academic system. People wish us to go to Turkey, they can go, but I say, come to India. It's an incredible journey they will have there.
Okay. For anybody that would love to apply for these scholarships, first of all, is there any office for the Global Arcus in the country, such that in case they are following up their documents, who do they go to for assistance and questions? Or is it strictly online?
It sounds like they need kind of assistance. I'm telling you, we are taking 3,000 admissions every year without having a single local office across world.
Wow.
And things are so simple. We do not want anything like form they need to fill is online, scholarship test is online, all the letters they will be sent by the university online, either on a WhatsApp or email.
Yes.
They just need to take a print and go to Indian Embassy here in Juba, and not only in the case of South Sudan, in case of all the countries, they just need to go to South Sudan, or they just need to go to Mabin or whichever the city the Indian Embassy is there. Indian Embassy knows about the Global Arcus scholarship. Okay. So getting these kind of the visa is very simple once they come through this Global Arcus scholarship. Every Indian embassy across Africa knows our scholarship. That is in their domain, what I mean to say. So that is visa they will get. Flight ticket that we are sending. Okay, I haven't added this point.
Flight tickets, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you.
Oh, you are going to ask me.
Yeah.
All the students who are getting this scholarship, they are passing the scholarship test with good marks, they are getting free flight ticket. Wow. Why? Because we do not want parents have a burden of that extra expense. So they are paying some part of the tuition fees, remaining things are free. They are paying some part of the tuition fees. And after paying some part of the tuition fees, most of the parents got stuck. Like, okay, now I don't have much money to buy the air ticket. Air ticket is very costly, you understand. So every student has been given free flight ticket, lessen the burden of parents. And that makes sense. Like sometimes most of the people, even after getting visa, they cannot fly. They cannot go to the country because they were somehow unable to buy the flight ticket. So we started this process years back, offering free flight ticket to the students. So you understand, these sending you flight ticket online on WhatsApp, you just check in, come to India. There's no need of lot of documentations. Actually, that is not needed. That is just in the mindset of the people. Even if you pay money to the local office, the office will have to pay that money to the university back in India. The fees has to be paid to the university, not to the local office.
Beautiful.
So it's just in the mindset that, okay, will the local office help me? It's not like that. You have to go to India to study. The fees has to be to the Indian university, not to the local office. So that's mindset.
System is in place.
People has to. The system is in place. Obviously, how come 3,000 students every year?
Definitely.
And the number is increasing. It's not like I said that 3,000 students every year means for last 1 decade we have been doing. For very first year I got 2 admissions.
Wow.
And now this year we have done more than 3,000 admissions. So you understand the numbers are increasing without having this local offices or local presence or something. So things are online is working. It's working very much.
I'm talking about online. Do you guys also offer online studies for the
Yes, we do. But then you'll have to understand that online study means the airtime is very costly, especially in South Sudan. The internet is very costly. So even if you do, okay, we have this online courses and they're very cheap, like $100 and $150 per semester. We have business program in bachelor's, master's programs. We have like that, maybe like $200 per semester. So it's very cheap. Yet you will have to understand the challenge. Before I speak a lot about that online programs, buying airtime is very costly. So that a student has to check, because online means they will have to attend the classes. Now, if they are attending the classes, they will have the internet facility. If they have the internet facility, they can do this bachelor's, master's. They can do these degree programs online.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because online opportunities will give people the chance to be able to study at the same time work.
Yes.
Yes. So it's a very good opportunity.
See, there is a pros and cons. Obviously, it's cheaper. It's kind of flexibility. You study sometimes, and then remaining times you can work.
Okay.
I understand these
Right.
gives flexibility, but then at the same very time, the cons is like the challenge is like you have to buy internet packs.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Shakar, for being here today. And as they always say, that time is money. I would definitely know that you're here in Juba for a very limited time, and you're having so many other things that you also want to do. So I wouldn't want to keep you here. But lastly, is there any words that you would love to tell the country or the students that are here today?
No, the best part is that it's not like very first time I have been here or talking to any South or taking admission of any South. I have been doing it for years. What I can see is that, well, there are always exceptions, but what I can see is that they are sincere about academics. I don't know how they do behave in Juba or in this country, but once they are in India, if you compare with many other nationals, they are more sincere about this study. They think that, okay, they will have to go back to the country, they'll have to get this degree, and they are, and surprisingly, I should not use the word, they are more peaceful than others.
Yes.
So back in India, we are, and almost everyone is good friend of mine. All these South Sudanese students, they are studying. There are hundreds through Global Arcus.
Wow.
So I'd like to thank, through your channel, I'd like to thank all those students till now who has gone to India from South Sudan, trusting Global Arcus as their consulting partner or consulting agency partner. Thank you all those students, and thank you to you. Thank you to Oxygen TV team and all the viewers. Come through Oxygen TV. They will help you to know more about this Global Arcus partial scholarship programs to study in India.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was nice having you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.